Well, welcome everyone to today's webinar. We will focus on aspect of incentivizing respondents with newly planted trees. It's not a new initiative for us. Maybe some of you have already heard about it in the past, and we will go into more details. My name is Małgorzata. I'm a head of marketing here. I'm also in charge of our social responsibility programs that I will speak about. And I have a great pleasure to be here today with Bas Fransen, founder and CEO of EcoMatcher. Welcome, Bas. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, Małgorzata.
What we will speak about today. So a very, very brief agenda. I want to start by giving you a little bit of context into how it all started. How we came into this cooperation, when it happened, why it happened. Then I will give the stage to Bas, who will introduce EcoMatcher in more details. You will learn all about the platform. And then I will take over again to show you how actually you as a Nebu Data Suite users, how you can benefit from integration between those two platforms, and we will have a short Q&A session. So that's the plan for today. And just so you know, this session is also recorded. So if it happens that you have to drop off for a moment or you have to leave area, please, well, don't be worried. I will share the recording with you after this call. As I mentioned, I want to start with our social responsibility program. So we do believe that as a thriving business, we also have to give back to the world and contribute to our better good livelihood. So how our social responsibility program came into being is that in 2017, a Dutch organization called 100 Weeks reached out to us. We are one of the definite leaders in providing software for market research. And this started one of the two branches of our social responsibility program, the social change. In 2018, we came into cooperation with EcoMatcher, and we will talk about it in a little bit more details today. So 100 Weeks, it's a Dutch organization that runs under the slogan "Temporary Cash for Permanent Change." What it means is that in 2015, the organization started collecting money from private donors, mainly in the Netherlands, sometimes also from bigger companies. And once they have enough funds, they set up a group of 20 women, and 20 women for the period of 100 weeks get unconditional cash transfers. So actually they are being supported on the way out of extreme poverty. The program is still ongoing, and around 2016, the organization started rapidly grow and they expand to more countries. Right now they operate in Rwanda, Uganda, Ghana, and there are really several groups happening at the same time. With that growth, the organization started to have a need for more professional a measurement and evaluation process. The unconditional cash transfer is getting more and more known in the industry, but still it's a bit controversial. And actually to also offer the donors a proof that what they are doing is bringing great results, and it does, they have to measure and prove everything. So as a social responsibility program, we actually offer our tools to this organization without any fees. And also it's a very challenging program because it runs in Africa. They have also limited resources, but with our application, it's really possible. And we made it happen to create a tablet-based call center, which is very cost efficient. It's easy to fold, unfold. It can be interviews can be conducted from pretty much anywhere. So it's a really interesting project. We have a completely separate webinar about it. If you go to Nebu webinars, you can listen about the whole organization, about the women, and really in details about this very complicated project, utilizing all of our tools. So it's also a good way to get to know our suite if you're new to Nebu. And from here, I'm jumping to the environmental change. So that's the project we started up in 2018 with EcoMatcher. We are super happy that we can contribute to planting trees all over the world, and it's really all over the world, but we'll speak about it. There are 13 organizations right now that are really facilitating that whole process for EcoMatcher in all kinds of places. I'm really very happy and proud to say that what we do, we actually do together with our customers, because as an organization, we also keep adopting trees on behalf of our customers based on their usage of systems. So we really do it together. We together create that brighter future. And of course, as a part of this cooperation, we also enable you, our customers or Nebu Data Suite users, to actually also engage into this initiative by having integration between platforms and making it easier for you to utilize all of the benefits of EcoMatcher. Over years, we've done already a lot together, really since 2018, several webinars, several initiatives. We are promoting and the cause and raising awareness within the industry. And there is a lot of potential here. We coined that phrase, that slogan, greening the world tree by tree and survey by survey. Just imagine every complete ends up with a tree. We will be in a much better place very soon. And this is a picture from 2019 when we're together with EcoMatcher and ESOMAR. We came into cooperation, and during ESOMAR Congress, we also pitched that idea to the industry. And what's more, we also managed to plant a tree on behalf of every and each delegate of ESOMAR Congress in Edinburgh in 2019. It was a really beautiful presentation. Buzz joining from Hong Kong online, Eric on stage, really, really great experience. And without further ado, oh no, okay, one more thing. Okay, so yeah, so as I mentioned, we are actually planting our own forest, and this is a screenshot from sustainability report created on the EcoMatcher platform. And you will learn more about it, but it's not only about the trees. Actually, by engaging in this cooperation, we are helping the environment, but we also help to build local communities. We are supporting local families by giving them that extra work to plant and take care of the trees on our behalf. And just to show you how much this means, even having 1,700 trees planted. So these are some numbers and visualization prepared with the one remark that this will be in regards to actually fully grown trees. So when our forest is fully grown, in the current state, that would already contribute to quite a lot. For example, energy usage, it would be able to cover energy usage of an average household for 3 years. It's really something. And of course, we are not stopping there, and this all goes further. And I do hope that today will inspire you and you join our initiative, and we will all contribute to a brighter future. And Bas, I give stage to you. Please share more about the platform.
Okay, I think you need to stop sharing now, and otherwise I cannot share.
Stop share. Yes.
There you go. Exactly. Thank you so much, Margaret. Alrighty. Very good. Well, greetings from Hong Kong. My name is Bas, indeed, and the founder of and CEO of EcoMatcher. So I think we're all aware of climate change, but I think that very few people actually realize what the severity is of climate change. And if we can put this in perspective with the current drama of Corona, if we continue collectively to ruin the world as we do today and not regenerate, we are awaiting significant issues in the next years to come, especially in this decade, what the United Nations calls the decade of action. we need to step up the plate, and we need to regenerate, plant trees, and do and other things as well. Tree planting has mind-blowing results. So those are words of scientists from, for example, ETH Zurich, which is a very famous institute in Zurich, and so we're all benefiting from massive tree planting. The problem with massive tree planting today is that this is not happening, and the reason is that there is no transparency. Organizations claim that they plant trees, but you don't know. Not only you don't know, but also tree planting is also not offered as a solution to companies. So this is where EcoMatcher comes to the table. So we are an organization or a company which brings transparency to tree planting, and we encourage companies to plant trees, but also include that and integrate that into their businesses. And I give you some examples of how customers of ours do that, and also how this is specific being done in the world of market research. We are certified B Corp. We're also since early April a strategic partner with the United Nations. So we signed an agreement which manifests in tree planting in Ecuador as a start, but we will copy paste that model to other countries as well. So what do we do? So first of all, we are planting trees with foundations we vet from around the world. Every tree which is being planted with the funding we provide is captured, digitized. So we know from every tree, everything: location, species, date of planting, who is the farmer, and so forth. All the data is being offered to our companies, to our customers, through a platform. And we offer tools which companies can make use of to best make use of the trees they have planted. And I give you some examples in a minute. Also, every tree at the end can be virtually visited. And I give you an example of how that would look like. This is our online tree tracker module. So now we're flying into Uganda, where a tree is being planted. You can see a picture of the tree, how the tree will look like in a couple of years, who is the farmer. Actually, you can see significantly more, but I cut it a bit short because of the time we have. On the left-hand side, we also build in features like you can name a tree, you can see what the height is of the tree, when it was planted, how much carbon has been sequestered to date. You can even chat with the tree. And we have done that in order to make sustainability a bit fun and engaging. So you can ask the tree, what do you eat? Tell me a joke, etc. And it sounds very weird, but I can tell you, certainly in this part of the world, people love to play with this. So this is an official chatbot-based platform.
I must say that I also played myself a few times and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly. And so once somebody gets a tree, for example, from Nebu or from one of the companies, you can also put some branding around that. So you can see the trees planted by, for example, a bank, the name of a bank. You can customize the tree pin, and you can do, of course, a lot more. Now, how are customers of EcoMatcher using the platform? We started off with corporate gifting 4 years ago, but that actually quite rapidly evolved in other market segments where we're very active at today. Market research, I come back to that in a minute. We also work with companies on loyalty programs. The more points you gather, the more trees you can redeem. We work with very large companies on employee engagement, where complete forests are being planted. And because we know everything of every tree, we can gift those trees out of the company forest to staff. And so people not only can travel to their own tree, but also can see where they are in the company forest, which gives them a sense of belonging, and you engage the employee in the sustainability journey of the company. You also can use trees for transparent carbon offsetting. Those are 5 market segments, but actually there are more. We're working on other market segments as well, all using the same platform. That is the beauty of digitization. So when we look specifically at market research, in working with a couple of our customers, we have learned that one of the challenges, and I'm probably preaching the choir here in this call, is that you are challenged with low response rates. You can do something about that by offering trees as a rewards. Now, not of course everybody will be interested in a tree, but there are certain market segments like high net worth individuals or people in generally interested in nature and in the environment, and that group is not only millennials, but that group is significantly and very fast growing market segment. They opt for trees as rewards. We've also gotten the feedback that because trees can be gotten as a reward, people seem to be even more enthusiastic to participate in the survey. So there's a higher engagement rate. So you improve your business while at the same time you're regenerating the planet and can make that visible to your customers. So as we said, and as Mark Rosetta said in the beginning, it's like increasing the engagement by greening the world tree by tree, survey by survey. We work with 15,000 different customers today. Some of them are consumers, most of them are companies. I took a snapshot of the market research companies we work with today. I'm sure those are all known names for you. Nebu is one of them and a partner. We also work with the folks you can see here on the screen. And if there are people on the call who have an ambition and interest to work with Nebu or with EcoMatcher, please let us know. More than happy to explore ways to improve your business while greening the world. Indeed, we are today active in 13. Actually, this slide is 2 weeks old. Yesterday, we announced, or earlier this week, we announced another partner, but we are in 13 countries. The country which is missing is Malaysia. Every foundation has been vetted by EcoMatcher. We have a very stringent vetting process. Land ownership needs to be organized. They need to have a track record. They need to work with, have a certain way of working with the local communities. Links with universities are appreciated, and so forth. So once that vetting process is done, we make them part of our platform. We enable them with the technology, and we channel funding from our customers to them, and we start planting trees. Very simple. The ambition of the company is to plant 1 billion trees by 2023. That looks like a lot, but we are well on our way. I think we will beat that number, actually. Few things on, I mentioned earlier, we are a technology company, so we have a couple of building blocks as part of the platform. An important building block is what we call Tree Quarter, or the Planter app. This is an app for which we only have 13 customers. So those are the foundations only making use of this app. Every tree they plant with the funding we provide is captured with this app. All that data is locally collected in the phone, and it can be any smartphone, and is uploaded to a cloud-based platform called the Tree Manager. The Tree Manager is accessible for our customers. Here you can monitor all your trees. You can also make use of online tools to send trees, and you can also make use of integration tools to do things smarter and more automated. Let me give you some examples. Online tools is that you, for example, can upload 1,000 email addresses of customers, and then send out customized emails to all those 1,000 people. All linked to a tree out of the forest you have purchased or planted. And this is fully customizable. You can also download tree URLs in a spreadsheet and then use those tree links in a marketing program you use by yourself. You can also set up redeem pages, for example, where customers can go, enter a code, their email address, and so can redeem a tree out of your forest. Just to give you some examples. We also have plugins for WooCommerce and Shopify. This is in case you run an e-commerce platform. So where customers can go to the checkout of any e-commerce company, and at least once, as long as they use WooCommerce or Shopify, and then opt to add trees upon checkout. And the moment the customer pays, they will instantly get the trees which they bought in their inbox, and they can instantly travel to the trees as well. We also work on APIs. We're fully API based, and we have numerous platform integrations with companies like Procter and Gamble and Microsoft, etc. Where through API integration and Nebu, we are seamlessly, exchanging data, including tree links. A third part of the building blocks is the tree tracker. You just saw earlier where we traveled together to Uganda. This is one version. We also have what we call a forest tracker. If you decide to plant 1,000 trees or more, we give you forest trackers where you can see all the trees together in one view, fully customizable. Here you see a forest of Procter & Gamble. This was planted in Uganda, and all the data of every tree is available in the forest tracker. Another building block of our platform is the EcoMatcher app. This is an app consumers can download. You can do that by yourself as well for free on the App Store and the Play Store, where you can look at every tree, travel to a tree, chat with every tree, make selfies with a tree and share on social media, see how the trees relate to some of your carbon activities, like taking a flight or driving a car or riding a motorbike, etc. We also post regularly, every other week or so, blogs on which we publish on sustainability, just to keep people up to date on what's happening in the world of sustainability. We will not be a technology platform if we would not touch on blockchain. So end to end, we are blockchain integrated using, we call it Tree Chain. That's our version or our implementation of blockchain based on EOS.io, which is an open source, most bespoken platform for blockchain. So I pause here. If you have an interest in reading more about climate crisis in general and what you could do as a company, I published a book last November. You can buy that on Amazon, and it deals in chapters on my ideas about what companies can do just to become a better company. It's not only on tree planting and on EcoMatcher. Back to you, Malgorzata.
Thank you, Bas. Okay, and if you stop sharing, I will take
Yep.
over the screen. Great. Share screen. Yeah, thank you so much. So again, bringing it back to Nebu Data Suite, and speaking of benefits for you, especially in our industry, we have to be very careful about security. So even though you can do all sorts of integration on your own, it's very made very easy by Bas. If you use our tools, you don't have to take care of that. It's all done for you by us. There are three main areas how you can implement EcoMatcher into your business. One thing is, of course, this communication theme when you start your own social responsibility program. This is proven that helps to increase your brand awareness, affinity with your brand. The other thing, of course, what is the biggest struggle is, as Bas mentioned, getting respondents to really engage and complete a questionnaire, a survey. And just imagine you're always busy, right? Someone calls you and they want to engage in 50 or 20-minute telephone conversation, and you're really busy. You don't have maybe you don't have any interest in it. Just imagine how the dynamic of such a conversation changes if you start by, if you're going to take 10 minutes of your time to speak with me, we will plant a tree on your behalf. If you know that you're reaching the right audience, it really changes everything. It gets you to have a completion. And this integration allows you to grant a tree upon a completion. Just the second an interview is completed, regardless if this is a telephone or online interview, a person is being sent automatically an email with a link to this tree tracker, and you get all of the information right away. And the third way is to include EcoMatcher also in your points to rewards program as a part of incentives for panel members, for example. So with our data collection tools, you can set up a point system. So every person that completes a questionnaire, depending on the length, on the importance, gets some number of points, and then you decide how many points can be redeemed into rewards. And one of these rewards can be EcoMatcher. That's a screenshot from our Nebu Panel Manager application. I can also show you in real life. This is a member portal from where your panel members could log in. We are all coffee lovers here in the organization. That's why we just made it a demo coffee lovers portal. I will just log in as a member to show you around. This is, by the way, how your portals can also look like. So just imagine that you are a respondent. So from here, I can check all of the surveys that are available for me, research surveys, profiling surveys, it's all here. And if I go to rewards, I'm able here to redeem any reward. You can decide what kind of rewards are there available for your customers. And again, upon redeeming, your respondents get right away all of the benefits of this really modern looking, very interactive and a really fun to use platform. Yeah, I think we reach the end, the Q&A section. Let me first check if there are any questions. Please, please don't hesitate to ask us questions. Okay, I can see. What experience do you have with other industries than market research? Bas, question.
Sure. Yep. So we have, thank you very much. If we start with, for example, employee engagement, that is a big market segment where key customers of EcoMatcher are, for example, Microsoft, Procter & Gamble. Those are global partnerships. But we also work with banks, insurance companies, product companies, you name it. Actually, all the brands with whom we are, some of the brands with whom we work are on our website. When we look at loyalty companies, we work with, actually we signed an agreement with Grab in Southeast Asia. This is the Uber of Southeast Asia. They're active in not only Indonesia, but also in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and in the Philippines. And every, let's say, customer who takes a trip with Uber, with the Grab of Asia, they can accumulate points. And after so many trips, you get a tree from Grab who you can travel to. They will also include this for what they call Grab rewards. Grab is not only travel, but also food and financial services, etc. So this all is offered to all customers in Asia as loyalty, as a means of loyalty. And what we have seen is that with those larger customers, they come to us because of the transparency we provide, the ease of working, if I may say that, not only, of course, business, but not business only business-wise, but also technically wise. We have a large team of people all in-house. With this whole platform has been built in-house, and through dedicated or custom APIs or whatever needs to be done, as long as it makes business sense, we can accommodate that. We want as many companies to join the party and make use of the trees and the services we provide, make their business better, increase their employee engagement, their customer loyalty, and while at the same time planting trees. We signed today, I cannot disclose the name, but we signed today, for example, in the Middle East, a 1 million tree deal with a logistics company in Dubai. Those are the type of deals in whether it's logistics, whether it's insurance companies or banking or fast-moving consumer good companies in different areas.
Yeah, that brings me to what you just said. Brings me to another question. What was the biggest order so far?
Well, if I'm fair, actually the deal which we also are in the licensing business. So we are a portion of our platform we license to large, let's say, entities which are in the tree planting business, in the professional tree planting business, and they require insight of all the trees they have planted. And we signed early in June, which is also on our website, and a partnership for 50 million trees being planted in Paraguay, which all will be mapped with our technology and will be mapped also on high resolution satellite maps, which we provide for the customer. So the customer gets a very good, very detailed insight in all the trees which are being planted, but also we can provide calculations on how much oils is being produced or how much carbon is sequestered, etc. So this is very much in more the scientific area of the business. Deals like today, like 1 million trees, those are significant deals for us. But those are happening on a more and more regular basis. We see more and more customers either being driven by top-down or governmental push to do something on ESG. Companies struggle; they don't know what to do. This is a very good way, in transparent way, without reinventing your own company, in doing something in a very demonstrable way, which also will tick the box for ESG reporting in some countries. So I think we are in a good spot at this moment.
Yeah, definitely. How many trees did you plant by now?
Well, we need to put things in perspective. So in the past, we are a 4-year-old company. We started only selling trees 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago. In the past, let's say 20 months or so, we have been planting with piloting customers 500,000 trees, all captured with the technology. But if you look at the pipeline we have for the next year, we are going to blow 100 million trees easily.
Wonderful.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is
we even have but that's only we're working, just to give you the size of the business. We're working on a 10 billion tree deal in the Middle East. 10 billion tree. Well, let's see. Of course, this is, but we have interest from the corporation who's working on, who has asked us to provide a proposal, but this is the type of business we're working on there.
Wonderful. What is the price of a tree? Good question.
$3.50. Yeah, it's $3.50. So that's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. So we keep it deliberately. Our margins, of course, this is for us. This is a volume business. The margins we make on those trees is not fantastic, but we still make some margin. But it's okay to cover the cost and do a little bit more in order to enable us to continue to develop the technologies and grow the company. We do some even volume discounts, but it will always be around $3.50.
And what is
or
the
less.
experience within a market research industry?
Yeah, I must say that initially that I thought, you know, it's always like a tryout, but the customers who are most, let's say, not only reliable but also most coming back all the time are customers in market research. I think that they see, well, they see that they share that with me, that their customers appreciate planting trees. And as I mentioned earlier, high net worth individuals, they are really not looking for, they're not going to wake up for a $5 Amazon gift card. But if they can plant 5 trees, then that is a very different kind of conversation, and which will motivate those type of folks to participate in surveys. Similar to people who are in general, and what I mentioned earlier is a very fast growing market. People who are concerned about the environment and want to contribute, and now by spending 10 minutes of their time, they can contribute. And it's, you know, we see it in all over the world. The climate change is materializing big time. We work with very large customers in the Middle East, where temperatures in the summer by this month are exceeding 50 degrees Celsius outside. That's you know, that's a burden on everybody, and people love to plant trees and do something about it. But similar in even places like the Philippines, where we are very significant planting trees also for local customers, because they are being confronted with not only, you know, the heat, but also typhoons. So they all believe that, and it's also true and proven, that massively tree planting has the potential to do something about it. But so we see that across the globe.
Thank you. Thank you. As we are reaching our time limit, I think
Yes.
let's put a stop here. We will respond to all other questions individually. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Bas, again for this cooperation and for taking the time to speak again with our audience today. Well,
and Margaret and everybody on the call, thank you for you know, your interest in this matter. I hope that we can meet one day and do something constructively for and help your company to become a better company while planting trees. Feel free to reach out to EcoMatcher. More than happy. At the end, we can only, you know, build a better world if this is a collaborative effort, right? EcoMatcher cannot do that by themselves. This is a collaborative effort. So please reach out and let us know how we can help.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day ahead, and speak to you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.